Hello. I don't know how many people are in here. I can't for some. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's 6. They're showing 6 right now. Discovering. Hello, Dipey. How are you? Well, there's a few people. Well, there was a few people in here. Sassy says, "Hey, everyone, please have a touch the DNA and like button and let's show Nana some love." Well, thank you, Sassy. I hope everybody's doing good. Alpaca Maid, hello, sweetheart. Thank you. Blue Eyes, hello. Can everybody hear me okay? Oh, well, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that. Thanks for the happy anniversary wishes, too, by the way, guys. Loving the background and congratulations. Thank you, sweetheart. And I don't know if this background's going to work or not. You see how I'm cutting in and out, guys? I do apologize. I don't know. I'm not a very tech savvy person. I'm going to wait a few minutes, let a few more people get in here if they show, and that I created a video to play today. I hope you all enjoy it. I made it for you guys, actually. Who had an congrats? Oh, wahoo. Thank you. Happy birthday and congrats. I got you now. I get it. You speak shorthand. I have to remember that when you text. I'm not liking this background, guys. For some reason, my camera's messing up. Hang on one second. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Hopefully that'll fix it, guys. Sorry about that. I don't know if it will or not, but we'll see. Yes, here you fine. Okay, good. Bug me about techie stuff. Yeah. Well, I guess we're not going to get many people in here, guys. I'm not as popular as I once was. Oh, and Common Sense True Crime wound up having an emergency appointment at her job today, so she was not able to come. She did let me know. But let me pull that video up, guys. I want to show it to you. One second. Okay, hang on. Let me share the screen. I hope you guys like it. Dang it. Okay. Oh, wrong one. Wrong one, guys. Hang on a second. Let me get back in here. Da-da-da-da-da. Where's it? Hang on, I'll find it. Of course, it's prepared as I thought I was. Okay, not there. One second, guys. This is ridiculous. Okay. Now we got it. Now I can share it with you guys. You'll see why the mix up. What is the... Oh my God. Come on. Okay, forget it. We're just going to talk for a while. Somebody, Dipey, jump up here. I know I saved that stupid video. I know I did. I just got through making it. And of course, now that I give up on it, it pops up. Now take a listen to it. Hello again, everyone. I'm speaking to everybody, all my friends, mods, subs, the viewers in chat and in the replays. I just want you all to know I still believe and will always be willing to admit, if it were not for you all, this channel would not exist. It wouldn't be. If you didn't watch and participate in the comments and in the chats with the research, along with ideas and input into the different cases we do, this channel would not grow. So to all of you, thank you so very much, and know that I love you.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright. And for the first time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I ain't going back, I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays. Way back a year ago. Way back a year ago.
I thank you all for your kindness. Can't wait to give you back some tunes that are a whole lot of fun. Shake it, with love, with love, with love. Oh, I still don't know what I'm doing. Then again, that's life, so I guess I'll just have a little fun. 'Cause I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive. I got no secrets, have no pretty face or a body, just a lot of thinking, or maybe a little bit too much. I'm overthinking, yeah, all the time, pretty much. I hate my mind a lot of times. I hate my mind, but then I realize we feel the same in our lives, feeling pretty guilty of all the things left behind. So I got the courage to keep it up, stay alive. I love you all, I thank you all, I love you all, oh, oh. Thank you, gracias, gracias, 감사합니다. 아리가또, merci, merci, 제시. Thank you, thank you, thank you, oh. Thank you, gracias, gracias, 감사합니다. 아리가또, merci, thank you, gracias, everyone, thank you, thank you.
I hope you guys can hear it. Okay, Debbie, come on back up here. I'm sorry about that. Hello, Mother Goose. How are you? GT, hello. Thank you, Laura. I'm glad to see that you're awake and was able to join the chat. I hope you guys could hear the video. Debbie, do you need me to drop the link again? There you go, hon. So I don't know if the chat, or if we're still having any problems or not. I tried fixing it. Thank you, everybody, for the congratulations and for the happy birthday wishes. I appreciate them so very much. Hello, Miss Dipey. Can you hear me? Do you have your mic? There you go.
Hello. My volume is not working, so I've got to use my other phone to hear.
Oh, okay.
My volume is not working, so I've got to use my
phone.
Happy birthday. Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, you're squeaking awfully bad. Okay, that's better. So, how have you been, Dipey? Uh-oh, we lost you again. Thank you, guys. I worked on it a big chunk of the day today. Thank you, guys. So what are we going to talk about, guys? Yep, we lost Dipey again. Anybody want to discuss any current activity going on? Hello, not hello, Carrie. I'm so happy about your year and your birthday too. How cool. Thank you, sweetheart. It's so calm here. Well, I hope so. Your phone's going nuts. Thank you, Hooser. Whatever you want to. Oh, whatever I want to. Has anybody seen the latest where Don Wells was on Critters something another in the farm? Crazy Critters or something? I can't remember. I can't never remember what her name is. Did y'all see that and how he was acting? Guys, I've got to turn this camera off. Hang on 1 minute, guys. Hey, I just had to let my son know I was live. Go figure. Not as angels. You're the big day. Yeah, it's okay. We all figure something would go haywire. I mean, come on, wasn't exactly successful in playing that video to begin with, right? Took me 4 or 5 tries. I want Dipey to get back up here. Alpaca Maid, would you like to come up? Miss Daisy's channel. Yeah, Miss Daisy's channel. Right? I don't think he did either. He just wanted to cuss out Prayer Garden. And and he did plainly state that. That's what he was wanting to do. He says, I wanted to handle her, however he put it, but you kicked her off here. Hello again.
Oh my God, let's see if this works now.
Discovering says, I don't watch Crazy Critter Lady since she supposedly found Rose. That wasn't Rose. Dippy, come on. She started crap on that one. Yeah, I agree. Are we having technical difficulties, Dippy? Okay.
That darn back button.
Huh?
That darn back button.
Yeah, don't push that no more.
Okay, so I had to get off my Android and jump on my iPhone. So if I keep saying "huh," that's because my volume is really crappy on this one.
Okay.
But anyway, how are you, love?
I'm doing absolutely wonderful today, actually. Considering everything, taking everything into consideration. I'm doing really good.
Awesome. I'm really happy for you. Because I know you were waiting for today.
I'm in a good mood because of today, and never been a guest. It's the one thing I don't know anything about. Well, honey, we can guide you through it. It's okay. You're not a guest. You're a friend. Ain't that right, Dippy?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you want to take the link, well, I'll post the link for you, and you can take it, and we'll guide you through it if you don't know how to do it.
Actually, it kind of guides you through itself. If you're on an iPhone, if you're on an iPhone, you choose Safari. Don't choose Google.
Okay, I didn't know that, but
yeah, it won't let you go through.
Yeah, Carrie, he was on Miss Daisy's channel. Crazy Critters on the farm or whatever.
I woke up to that video in my email.
To your email?
Yeah. So I had to go through it actually before I sent it out to everybody. Well, everybody that I sent it out to, which was you and a couple other people anyway. But yeah, it's crazy.
Every time I hear Dippy, I actually start singing Dippity Doo Dah. LOL puts me in a good mood. Oh.
A lot of people do that.
I don't know why I always call you Dipey. I don't know why I do that.
Hey, call me anything but Dipey.
Okay. Actually, my smartphone thinks it's a smart aleck, and every time I text you or say your name, it says Dopey. So please, when it comes across Dopey, that's not what I mean. I put Dippy, it just my phone changes it.
Yeah, Blue Eye. He was on cams the other night.
Hush. He's on a revenge mission.
Hush.
Hey, Bob.
Hold on 1 second.
How are you? I hope everybody goes back and watches that video I played. I made it for you guys. He called into cams while he was live the other day. Yeah. So what are you thinking, Dippy? Do you think he's changed his ways and is truly needing the $10,000 for the lawyer?
All right, I'm sorry.
I said, do you think he's changed his ways and he's truly needing the $10,000 for his lawyer?
Really don't think he needs that much, but I mean, while he was on that panel, he seemed pretty straight to me.
Really?
Now on the phone with Trevor, that could have been a different scenario, but and it also kind of looked like he was in a hotel or something.
Yeah, he said he was in a hotel. He said he was staying in a hotel.
I didn't hear that part. Like just like on the phone call.
I can't believe he went to Florida.
Florida? What?
Yeah, he says in that video while he was on the panel, he says that he went to Florida trying to find a place to live.
Oh, Florida would be worse than Tennessee, especially with CPS.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I do. They're horrible down there.
Hello, Miss Dana Kay. Glad to see you here, hon.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping and praying for the best. That's all we can do, really.
Right. Discovering says, I was thinking he could get a court-appointed attorney, but I believe with them owing all that property.
Okay, first off, you can only get a court-appointed for criminal.
That's what I kept saying. That's what I kept saying. When this all started and they kept saying that they had court-appointed attorneys, you can't get a court-appointed attorney. They have one to represent them in family court for whatever reason, but you can't get a court-appointed attorney just to gain your children back.
Nope. Now he can go through legal aid, and they might do one, but he cannot get a court-appointed because it's not criminal.
Right. You're not watching. Oh no, that's fine. It's Miss Daisy. Do you remember Dippy? What the real name for her channel was?
Crazy Crime Critters on the Farm.
Yeah, Crazy Crimes and Critters on the Farm. That's what it is.
Oh, Don B's supposed to be dropping a video tonight at 8 p.m.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, to retaliate what Don said last night.
I knew that's what was going to happen as soon as I heard Don Wells going off on Don B. And I know Don B didn't say that they went in there with hazmat suits. He said he was told that. I'm not taking up for him. I'm just saying. But he said he was told that. He didn't say it was actually true.
Yeah.
But Don Wells sure went off about it.
Well, I mean, look at all the other stuff that has happened with Don B. So I don't know.
Don Wells,
you know my feelings on him, and I'm not going to talk about him. I'm not, because I know a lot of people do like him, but he's Don B. Can't say nothing more to it.
Shut it. Don Wells needs to be careful. He's slipping. He's almost making threats, and he needs to be careful about that.
Shut up.
I mean, like him offering for Trevor to come up there on his property. He sure wasn't asking him to come and have tea, was
he? Come say hi.
Hi, Mama.
You know.
I'm on strike.
You're on strike.
I am. Do you realize that you're the only reason I've gotten out of bed?
Who? Oh, I guess Dipey had to mute her mic. Says you're right about that. Don B actually said he was told about hasn't. Yeah, exactly. He did say he was told. He didn't say it was fact. Can't really see what the big
Nana,
deal
give
is.
me 1 second and I'll be right back, okay? I'm going to stay
You're
here,
fine.
but just let me mute real quick.
You're fine, hon. Can't really see what the big deal is with hazmat. If they don't want to contaminate the house while investigating. Yeah, tempest in a teapot. Yeah. Well, it probably wouldn't be a big deal, but what they were trying to imply the hazmat suits were for. But then again, I've never heard that other than when Don B said it. I heard that, Blue Eyes. I heard about him going up there and talking to him. Who's Trevor? Trevor Lee is the boy that originally started the reward fund for summer. He's the one that donated the first $1,500. Hello, Miss ICU. How are you? And Don B doesn't like me, and I'm taking up for him. Why don't Don B like you, hon? Trevor Lee from Summerwell's Vanished in Tennessee Facebook group. Okay. ID there was made in that house. Then it's exactly if there was, or if they suspected that there was anything made in that house, they do have to put hazmat suits on to go in there. That's correct. And the house, if from what my understanding is, if there's a house and that was ever made in the house, that house can never be rented back out again. Health department or nobody will allow it. I'm really good at ICU. Thank you. Hello, Maisie. Okay, I remember him now. Just don't hear a lot about him. So I guess he slipped my mind. Yeah, well, he's been showing himself a whole lot more in the last little while, last few months, than he has throughout the whole thing. I'm going to try, guys, really try and make an effort to do more lives. This is getting out of hand where, you know, I miss you guys. I miss talking to you guys. I miss bouncing ideas off of you and brainstorming together. There have to tear down walls, floors, everything. Oh, yeah, exactly. And let me tell you something, and I'm not saying this about the whales, but I'm just saying in general. I don't know about anywhere else, but in Tennessee, if that stuff is made in a house and there are children in that house, those children don't get to ever go back to that house again, no matter who's living in it. And if the parents were the ones that was allowing it to be made around the children, they don't get their kids back. From my understanding, I can't say that's one absolute law, but from my understanding over the years, that's the way it works. No idea, Nana. I think it was because I made a comment about him not wanting to say anything about
back button.
Since she took him to court for the harassment. Hello. What did you do? Did you hit the back button again? Well, Josie, I would, but the background keeps messing up on me. As soon as I get a proper background fixed up in here, I will do more about showing myself more. Thank you, though. Hello, everyone. Please. Brian, thank you. May. That doesn't surprise me that you would come up with that. Has anybody heard anything else about the Athena Brownfield case? He also set up a petition to have Lawson removed. Yeah, he sure did. Trevor seems to be a really, really good guy and really cares. He'll say hello and alive to everyone in the room, gets to me and skips saying hi to me. Oh, don't feel bad. He does the same thing to me. Shoot, it's been probably 5-6 months now. I can't even comment in his chat or anything anymore. So don't feel pregnant. Trevor also started the Gabby Petito Foundation, did he? I didn't know that. My keypad is speaking, was going to listen. Okay, Laura.
All right, I'm back. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine, hon. Dipey, did you know that?
What?
Trevor started the Gabby Petito Foundation.
No, I really don't know much about Trevor other than him starting the fund for summer.
Right.
And the phone call the other day. That was it. I really didn't know nothing about him.
Oh, and that made Don Wells so mad because Trevor was saying okay and laughing at him.
Whose chat was Discovering said, in whose chat, Nana Don B? I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't know. What?
It's funny how he's going to all the big channels to get interviewed.
Huh? He's going to all the big channels.
Yeah, it's funny how he's going to all the bigger channels to get interviewed.
Sit down.
Who, Don or Trevor?
Down.
Trevor.
Get down. If you're gonna get sick, get down.
Because
Justin's interviewing.
Justice for All is interviewing him tonight, ICU said, and I think MGL is supposed to, not MGL, Olivia, I think, might have one with him too.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, Discovering it was, yes, Don B's chat is the one that I'm blocked from, yes.
You're blocked from his, oh yeah, you did tell me that, that's right.
Yes, I am. He's having another one of his wine fests. I guess he's mad at me and won't speak to me no more.
Well, you know what? If it takes that much, then obviously you didn't need him in the first place.
Something to that effect, yeah. Trevor set up the petition to have Lawson investigated. Yes, he did.
Yeah, I know he did that one.
I asked Trevor for the interview. He didn't come to us. Honey, I sent Trevor, somebody kept telling me the other day to send Trevor that video about that woman where her kids were took and she thinks that the cops are just trying to silence her and stuff. And somebody insisted I send it to Trevor, and I sent it to him, and he told me he was watching it right then, and I've never heard nothing back from him. So I don't know.
I know he's on Facebook. I was thinking about looking him up and trying to see if I can get him to come in.
Well, I've got him on a Messenger, so yeah, I'm friends with him on Messenger. Don has a tendency to pick people he thinks are more like him.
They were tight. Keyword.
Who?
And it kind of makes me wonder because he knows that you've been talking to me too, and he, me and him go at it in his comment section.
No, that it was before that.
Okay, I hope it wasn't me.
We were, hun, but I see you remember I asked you to check and see if you could figure out why I was blocked. Remember, he kept telling me that he didn't have me blocked, blah, blah, blah. Well, Nana, seriously, that's such BS because all you ever did was support him, even when I believe he was trying to shut down your life. Possibly, yeah.
Are you talking about when he came up and started crying about his daughter or whatever?
Yeah, that's what she's talking about.
I remember that live.
Oh, you in there?
Oh, she's fine. It's the cat. Yeah, I remember that live. That was like probably one of my first lives that I actually sat through.
Oh, wow, really?
I mean, because I always come in, but I just sat in the background not chatting. But when I seen him come, when I've seen that he was in there that day, and I was like, Let me go see what he's got to say.
Right.
Because like I said, I liked him in the beginning of Summers. I really did. Me and him got along real good. And then like when he did his flip-flop, like everybody else did, I was just like, yeah, you are not you. To me, it was two-faced. Like I cannot stand a two-faced person.
Right. That was the night that I had what's her Crime Stories Obsessed on Emma, and then Andrew Hilt came on, and
Yep.
he was on panel.
Matter of fact, I sent him the invite.
What, today?
Yeah.
Who, Andrew? I would love to talk with Andrew again. I got along with Andrew.
He inducted me into his family messaging group on Messenger, and I was like, what in the world?
Well, I mean, he never said anything out of the way. He may have cussed a couple of times while he was on my panel, but he apologized for it. He never said or did anything out of the way. Nothing
he's a
while
sweet
he was
guy.
on my panel.
He is a sweet guy. He calls me every morning and tells me to wake up.
Oh, wow.
Or he'll ask me if I ever sleep.
Yeah.
I was like, not when you got all this BS going on.
Right. Well, I would love to talk to Don Wells. If Don Wells sees this,
me too.
I would love to talk to him, and not about all the other stuff that everybody keeps running in the ground. I want to know, hey, have you ever thought about Frank Light? Hey, have you thought about, was he on the horse before Summer went missing? Hey, tell me about the guy that you originally sent the police to go look at his house. Tell me about that guy.
I don't necessarily want to talk to him about the case. I just want to talk to him, like, eventually, of course, it'll go to the case, but I want to find out how Don Wells is, like, what Don Wells is about. Not so much the case, After a while, I'll get to the case facts, but I just want to meet them and talk to them as people.
Yeah. Discovering says, I wish I could get an interview with Damien now that he's escaped Jody Sue's talons.
Damien, isn't that Andrew Jr.?
Yeah, Damien, it's Jody Sue's son. For that matter, I'd love to speak to Jody Sue.
As much as I talk junk about Don B, I'm surprised I'm not blocked. And I'm not blocked.
It's in
neither Maisie, and Maisie was one of his biggest fans, and she is total against him now. And I'm surprised as much as she has done in his comments that she's not blocked. I'm like, Maisie, don't do it. Maisie, be nice. Maisie, don't.
It's in everyone's interest that Trevor goes to the busier channels for more people to get involved.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, that's what I started saying. Not necessarily.
Because some of the smaller channels have a lot more information than the bigger channels do.
You're blocked by him too, Dana Kay? Well, it figures. I mean, I'm blocked. I have been for a while. He's probably mad at me or whatever his reasoning being. But I mean, I'm still not going to say nothing about the man. Well, hello, Johnny Real.
Good.
Roll, sorry. I don't have my glasses on again, guys.
It's January. You think it's going to say?
Yeah. Who is in your background?
Pit's nose. I'm going to be pissed.
Dipey.
Ma'am, I'm sorry.
Who's in your background? Because I swear, I think you're holding Marlena Crawford hostage back there.
No.
I swear it sounds like her.
No, it's not her. Yeah, no, she thought you were a female that's involved with one of the cases we're doing.
Well, I didn't think it was actually her, but
no, I was joking with her because I've been trying to update her a little bit on the cases because she doesn't know. Just like if it's around our area, she knows about it, but for the most part, she don't pay attention to the news or nothing like that. So I try to get her interested into what I'm doing so she can come out and join us and stuff.
40-hour work weeks and 3 kids that want to kill me.
Yeah, she's good. Well, I know people that have more kids than that, and they're still in here.
Was she originally from Tennessee, whoever it is?
No. She's from North Carolina. She lived in Tennessee for a little bit, but she's from North Carolina.
You can hear it. You can hear that she lived in Tennessee. You can hear the accent.
You got the Tennessee
I
accent.
have the Southern accent in general.
She's
when I say the word ranch.
Ranch.
I know it doesn't have 5 syllables, but by golly gee, I make it.
Tell her if she was truly a hillbilly, she'd say ranch.
I'm trying not to let her yell.
She can yell. It's okay.
I'm not saying it again. I'm asking you to say the word.
I just looked at her to try to get her to say it. She's like, no, I'm not saying it again.
Hello, Charlie. How are you today, hon?
I'm great. How are you? I lived in Murfreesboro and worked in Nashville.
Yeah, she's from the Nashville side.
Oh, okay.
Or lived on the Nashville side. Never thought much. You and me are together on that one, Laura.
LOL, I got the Alabama accent. My brother lives in Alabama. Well, one of them does. Discovery says
very much. We are just country in North Carolina. You are very, very right.
But I missed the part where Southern girls talk slow.
Yeah.
I talk really fast.
Last time I modded for anyone, it was a Brit, and I had a spanner. Oh, wow. A Brit. Hey, did anybody see where that guy got arrested in Sullivan County for pew-pewing somebody? He was a Brit. His last name was Brit. I wonder if he's any kin.
I don't really get anything from Sullivan County hardly anymore. Every now and then I'll get something from there, or anywhere in Tennessee, period. The only time I really see anything is when Smiley's World puts it up. She puts it on her posts.
Yeah.
That's it.
I have the Southwestern Virginians. Mobile, Alabama. My brother lives in Pale, Alabama, I believe it is.
I got I'm a halfback. Like some words you can hear the New York in me, and
yeah. Go ahead and say that word that goes to a dresser smart.
No, I am not.
Okay.
Say it, Dipey.
No.
Go ahead. What's it called,
Come
Heather?
on.
It's called a dresser.
No, what's the thing in the dresser called? What's the
drawer.
thing you pull out of a dresser called, Heather?
It's called a drawer.
I knew it was a drawer. I knew it.
The best one ever is still Ryan's dumbass with the TV remote. Do you remember that one?
The clicker?
No, it's a box.
Oh, yeah, the box. The clicker. The box.
A remote. We call it a remote.
Thank you.
It's a clicker.
It's a remote.
Where's the thingamajig you change the channel with?
As long as you don't look at me and tell me to hand you the fucking box, because a box
Oh,
is something
goodness, May.
Hey, Dippy, it's laying over next to the whatchamadoodle.
Whatchamacallit.
And that's sitting right beside the thingamabob. Oh, okay, Alpaca Mate, I get you.
Did I show you this?
May says she sounds like Jody Sue.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was like. Oh, no, May.
How is that possible, May? You're from the UK. One of these days, we're all going to get to go over there and spend a week at May's house. She invited all of us. Wouldn't that be cool? Dippy, are you there? Hello. I get you. You're talking about a British person, right? That just clinked in my head. I don't know. I'm a foggy head today, I guess. You were talking about Don W sounding great. To me, he appeared to be slightly high. I wasn't saying he sounded great. Dippy said that he didn't sound high or drunk. I said that he was on there cussing and raising Cain again. and all he was wanting to do was cuss out PG. You still sound like her. You're going to have to send me an audio clip, maybe, so I can judge for
Okay.
myself.
So what I meant is if you think back to the ones where he was on with like Cher and MGL, BHB and all of them, compared to when he was on with them last night, he sounded sober.
Right.
Is what I meant.
He did sound straighter. He could have been a very tired man who just got off work. But according to him, he's not working, right? Has anybody heard one way or the other? Laura Croft, have you ever seen the pics that Andrew Hiltz had on Facebook? Pics of 4 or 5 children in dirty, filthy beds, like
Okay, so I'm gonna touch base on that one, Charlie. Not everybody can afford brand new beds. As long as they're in a bed and it has a sheet on it, it shouldn't matter what it looks like. As long as there's no bugs crawling on it, nothing like that. Not everybody lives the same way. I know a lot of people that are hoarders. So it looks like their house is really dirty, but it's just they're cluttered.
Oh, discovering we were talking about Don Wells, not Don B. Don B was drunk that night. I want to cuss out PG and tell her to stop cussing. Defeats the purpose. Yeah, it sort of does. But don't that get on your nerves? I know I'm not bashing nobody, but it gets on my nerves where, oh, I'm a Christian, and there's nothing. I'm not saying that Christians can't cuss, because we all sin, we all do wrong, and we all have bad days.
Can I ask a question, Dana? What responsibility does he have to accept? Because as far as we know, he hasn't been charged with anything other than a DUI, and he obviously accepted that for going to jail. I'm just asking, not trying to be anything, just asking a question.
The responsibility of that fact that he's not went out here and looked, or the fact that he himself is the one that got drunk and went out and drove and got put in jail and was in jail instead of out here looking for his daughter, that kind of stuff is what she's talking
about. He did accept responsibility. He had to spend time in jail, so he stayed there, right?
Honey, he didn't accept it. He had to go.
Okay, would you accept having to take 10 months in jail?
Yes, ma'am, I would. You know how? I wouldn't get drunk and go driving around.
Neglect of his children. I don't know if you've seen the pictures and videos that I've seen, but them kids always looked happy to me. Although maybe a couple of pictures that Summer didn't look so happy, but we don't know what the circumstance with that was. But most of everything, the kids are always smiling. Hey, Circle Box, how are you, love?
Hello, Sir Cool Box. Hello, Miss Corey. How are you today, hon?
I mean, I'm not trying to make it like seem any type of way. Of course, I'm always going to be innocent until proven guilty, and until they get charged with neglect, they're still innocent. Yeah, I probably have. I've got different sources than some.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't really depict somebody's way they parent because of the way their house looks. You really can't. You can't. All the kids went to school. Summer was about to start school. They didn't look like they were sick in any way. I mean, it's just me. I'm always going to be on the victim side until there's anything else that's out there.
Well, I don't know whether they did or didn't, but I will say the one thing that I've said from the get-go. Okay, it's one thing that their house was messy and dirty, blah, blah, blah. But if they knew CPS was coming, which they knew, we know they knew, they should have made an effort to clean the house
I'll be
out.
right back.
Okay. 2, after Summer got gone, they really knew that law enforcement, CPS, everybody was going to be traipsing in and out of that house. They knew they needed to get that house cleaned up and the outside cleaned up. And that is where I fault them, both before and after she went missing. Because anybody with common sense would have known if they didn't get it cleaned up, those boys were out of there. That's my personal opinion. People can like it or lump it, but plain and simple fact is, it's one thing to live that way, but when you know DCS is coming and you want to make sure that your children stay in your home with you, you make the effort to get it clean. And everybody can holler, oh, the police department came in and tore the house apart 7 different times. Okay, well, if they did, then why didn't you clean it up 7 different times?
Okay.
Hey.
Huh?
I'll do that if you break that down.
No, I wasn't meaning that. I was just saying that that's what you meant by neglect.
No, she was talking about where it was said that Don was letting the oldest one smoke on the job.
No, I was seeing where Dana said, did you see me say anything about their filthy house?
I know. That's what I've got up on screen. I know. But what she was talking about is the neglect as far as Don letting the oldest one smoke.
We don't know if that was true, though. That was just somebody saying it. That we didn't see that firsthand. So far as that goes, that's hearsay. I'm sorry. I'm really not trying to make this turn into everybody against me. I really ain't. I'm just.
You're doing such a good job.
I am. I'm doing a good job of it. I know. But
you're fine, Dipey. Discovering says, I agree, because my house is a constant mess, but my son's a teenager and forbids me from leaving my room unless I'm cooking for him, changing his pull-ups, or bathing him. He's disabled, so I still gotta.
Oh,
right.
I mean, if you look at my house, you probably think that I neglected my child. My house isn't perfect. I don't live in a $100 million house.
And like I was saying a minute ago, Dipey, it's not the fact that the house was in disarray or the house was dirty or anything like that. My problem is that they knew DCS was coming. They knew they were coming before the baby went missing. And they didn't bother to clean up the yard or the house, knowing very well, and you can't tell me they didn't have enough common sense to know that if CPS walks into a dirty house, something's going to happen. Okay, then after the baby got gone, to keep the boys, they still didn't do anything.
I agree with you. I mean, they were doing it. They just didn't do it in the time length that they could. They did do a lot of work on that inside.
After the boys were took.
Yeah, because I remember Don saying months and months before he got locked up that they've been remodeling that house for a long time, and it's not a quick process. It really isn't. When he got that house, it was in worse condition than what it is now. So he was trying to remodel it for where 4 kids can be in it.
Okay, Corey says Nana Miss Starr's interview was really good. Huge insight to the after Summer vanished. Yes, it was, and I wished it hadn't went the way it did. I would like to talk to her again. But Dipey, Starr is the person that we've been discussing.
Starr. Isn't that what's your name's daughter?
No. Do not make the connection on the panel, okay? Don't say it out loud. The person I sent you the picture of last night, that's Starr.
Oh, okay. See, she just reached out to me through my
okay, we're gonna treat this like a debate. Okay, is that okay with you?
You're live.
Okay. Well, no, it's just because the one thing, okay, Don keeps before he went to jail, and even now, Summer was his world. Summer was his baby girl. She was this, she was that. And it's because that was his baby girl, and he has a bunch of boys, right?
Yeah.
Well, what was Margie?
Well, you got to think, how old was Margie when Don wasn't there no more?
Honey, it don't matter. When
But
Margie,
that's what I'm
he
saying.
was
He didn't have
he
he.
was there when she was little.
But this is what I mean by that. Like, okay, so she was what? Seriously, I don't know how old she was when she got took
She
or
didn't get
whatever, or Don left. I mean, Don left.
yeah,
The wrong
yeah.
side. She was how old when Don left?
That piece of information I do not know.
Okay, so
That's
she was.
one.
You got to think she was relatively young. She had to be. Because
Hello,
she's only
Lisa.
in what? She's maybe in her 30s now, early 30s, late
Yeah.
20s.
Okay, I agree. I agree. I understand what you're saying, but let me tell you something. Even though my grandchildren are my world, they are my world, and I would do anything, even above doing anything for my own children, for my grandchildren. But that doesn't stop me from cherishing my own children. I
Remember,
don't.
y'all, Summer never slept in her own bed. She always slept with Don and Candace. So that mattress wasn't hers.
And
Sorry.
besides, and there we go again. Don wanted to say something about that the other day. I think it was, I don't remember when it was, but he said something just the other day about her sleeping in the bed with him, or somebody did. The plain and simple fact is, no, there wouldn't be a one thing wrong with the baby sleeping in the bed with the mom and the dad. First of all, had the mom actually been sleeping in the bed, but we have heard from Candace and Don both. Candace didn't sleep in the bed. Candace slept upstairs. And two, Don himself admitted that he slept without clothing and the baby slept in the bed with him. That's wrong.
Yeah, I don't like that idea at all. But sleep, nothing. I mean, if he was clothed, there's nothing wrong with that because my 8-year-old niece sleeps with her parents.
Right.
I mean, she has her own bed. She just
Honey,
chooses. It drives me
my,
crazy, but
all four of my kids slept with me up until my oldest one got old enough that he was a boy, and it was just, nope, it's time for you to get in your own bed and stay there, that kind of thing. But my kids slept in the bed with me because before I married my ex-husband, I was in a home by myself with my children and petrified of fire. If my children were in the bed with me, I knew there wasn't nothing going to happen to my kids. So I don't have a bad thing to say about a child sleeping with the parents.
I don't. I mean, we don't know.
Maybe he looks at Margie like what? Maybe he looks at Margie is grown and Summer is a baby. Men think differently.
Exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Like, when Margie was young, that could have been his baby girl too. And then he had so many years with just boys. So when he had Summer, he was like, oh, oh
Yeah,
gosh.
I don't care. I still wouldn't. My grandchildren, the point I was trying to make was like my grandchildren. I've got one that's 6 years old and I've got one that's 18. And there is no way, not one dang way, that I would sit there and say that my youngest one means more to me than my oldest one.
Oh, I'm not saying that's what he means. I'm just saying that's what he thought. Like, I haven't had a baby girl in
But that's the
umpteen
way
years, like,
that's the way everybody takes it, the way he's saying it. That's
yeah.
his world.
I
Well,
get, but he said last night on the live, he's like,
that the boys
he's
were
like,
his
I
world.
love my boys and all. He's like, but Summer was my world. Like,
Exactly.
because he wanted that baby girl because girls are cuddly, boys aren't.
Yes, they are with their mamas.
I'm talking about the dad, not the mom right now. I don't know how the boys were with the mom, honestly. We don't talk
My
about the
kids slept with me,
boys.
but the heck they have slept with their exactly, Dana Kay. That there's no way. Or like him admitting on that phone call, which before anybody tries to argue with me, I have a copy of the recording of
Which phone call?
where Don was talking to Molly, and he plainly tells her that he himself and the three boys and
The
Summer
shower?
he put the kids in the shower with
Yeah, I
him all
remember that
together.
one.
That is wrong. There may not be a law in the United States or in the world that I can find that says that's wrong. But I'm
I
telling
mean,
you, it's
that's just
wrong.
our opinions. Like, but everybody is different. Like, I mean, just because he did things that we don't think are moral or ethic doesn't mean it's wrong. It's wrong in our eyes, but it's not wrong in their eyes because they don't see nothing wrong with it. Well, it's always been mama boys, daddy's little girls. So, I mean, I could see the boys being towards Candace. But, I mean, I don't know. I guess I'm one of those thick-headed ones. I've got to see everything to believe it before.
Corey says, evidently Corey has watched that live stream recently. Star said the boys were scared and clung on to Candace.
Whose live stream was she on last?
Mine. The
Oh.
one that's the only one Star has been on.
I'm sorry. That's right. I did see her up here. And I thought I was in the wrong chat when I saw her on your panel. I thought I was in somebody else's chat.
Yeah.
And I got so mad because she was up there and I left.
Oh, well, when she came on as Star, she didn't show her face.
No, you could hear her voice though.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
And
You're
so
right.
I was like, I can't believe she's. And then, I never even registered it was your chat I was in. Too much broccoli.
Yep, there you go. Here you go. I'm not trying. I love you to death, Dipey. Please understand. This is just a debate, okay? But like Josie says, that's why he brought drugs, alcohol, and pedos around his pride and joy, is because he loved her so much.
Okay, I'm not going to comment on the pedo thing, but everybody has their vices. So you're going to tell me that every parent that drinks in front of their kids smokes a cigarette because in a way cigarettes are drugs. So anything you're addicted to is a drug.
No, I'm not saying anything about
I'll
the
be the first
alcohol.
person to say right now, the biggest fucking piehead in the world, but I don't do other shit around my kids.
No, that's what I'm saying. Is it so?
And my kids aren't gonna pick it up.
I'm not saying that the alcohol and stuff is makes you a bad parent, but you're telling me, would you, if you had known somebody would you? Maybe the first time you come in,
The P word, no. My daughter would never be around anybody like that.
And then for them to repeatedly invite them there, more than one.
But can I ask a question? Because I'm not too sure on this. Did they absolutely know that they were charged with that, or did it come out after Summer went missing about these people that were up there? Did they personally know that these people were doing that? Were that type of people?
Do you know the people that come in your house around your child when she was younger?
Oh yes.
All right,
yes,
then.
ma'am.
What do you think? So what do you think?
Well, I don't know, because they're not necessarily on the same track as us.
Okay.
That's what I think. That's what I'm like. You got to look at it from their point of view. Like,
I know.
I mean, Don is very smart. He's not a dumb
Don
man.
Wells is always saying people are putting him down and stuff. I happen to think that Don Wells and Candace Bly are street smart enough to have known who they were inviting in their home and what they were inviting them there for.
I will give you the props on that one, Nana. You are correct. You are very right on that. Like, they are very, very, very street smart, but common sense smart. Come on. I'm half. I don't even think I have a lot of common sense, honestly. So, I mean, Chris Marco was registered.
Yeah, and that's the family.
Who's that?
Chris Marco is Grandis's nephew.
Oh, okay. He did know all about them people. Well, yeah. I mean,
his oldest son. Well, and I'm sorry, I have to.
Okay, well,
I have to give leeway with Donnie, his son, because you have to understand, people. I was married at the age of 14, so I don't consider 4 or 5 years difference between a boy and a girl. There's a difference in a what is it called when they're just a few years older?
There's a statutory,
statutory. I think when it's statutory and the girl is willing, There's a big difference there. So I can't say that I believe Donnie, his son, is a true registered person.
But
Because,
there's always a way to find that out. So, I mean,
honey, she had 2 kids with him.
the what?
She had 2 kids with him.
Yeah, really. I mean,
So obviously she was willing. So he was registered simply
exactly,
because they got
Discovery.
mad.
That's how I feel. I don't think they have it there to like, just like Candace doesn't register the time in her mind like we do. You know, she just looks at the sun like, oh, it's time to eat. I'm hungry. You know, or dark 30. It's time to wake up. She doesn't look at it like, oh, it's 7:30 or 2:30 or 7:30.
Right.
So, I would not, Dana, hun, I would never think you were ignorant. I don't think anybody's ignorant like that. I
I
don't
don't think
know.
that
I'm just
she
different.
was
I'm not going to change my thought until they get charged with something. I mean, everybody is different. Everybody has, as long, because to me, it's like, even if they had them type of people up there, regardless, obviously they didn't let the kids alone with them. That's what I'm looking at it. The kids, I don't think the kids were really much inside when these people were in their house doing whatever the hell they were doing. I think that's when they were on the dirt bike or swimming or, just outside, period. I don't think they were in the house, like really around the people. But then again, I could be wrong. I'm usually am wrong, and I am one to admit when I'm wrong. Just saying.
right.
I don't think there are very good, great parents anyway. Everybody has issues with raising kids. Kids do not come with a manual. And I've had my own issues. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie to people and say I was the greatest damn parent, because I know I wasn't. But my daughter is also very smart, very intelligent. She graduated high school. She's never done drugs. She's, not
So
out there
you done
being
something right, huh?
promiscuous. Like, she's a
You
good
done
girl.
something right.
And she's never been that type of child. So I mean, like you would look at me and my daughter and you'd be like, oh my God, she is nothing like you. Like, she is totally my opposite.
Right.
Like, to where
Discovering.
I'm a social butterfly, my daughter rather sit behind a book.
Oh Lord, me and my kids are like that too. My kids are hermits, and I'm a very social person, or I used to be. It says I still believe Candace has some kind of undiagnosed mentally intellectual disabilities, possibly
Yes.
autism.
Yes, ma'am. I believe that too. I believe she has some underlying issues and she just will not go get help for it. But with all this stuff with the CPS, she may have to go do it. And if they do diagnose her with it, that's just more money out of their pocket to pay for more doctors and medicine, and they don't have a job. They can't get a job because of the Scooby Boob troop. Like,
Dana Kay says that she thinks Candace has some form of Asperger's. It shows in numerous signs of personality disorder.
well, y'all, I don't know how many of you guys know, but she did have a stroke. I believe it was in September.
Oh, that's easy enough for me to find out.
I'm pretty sure it was like right before or right after Dawn got. It's one of the two. I'm pretty sure it was right before Dawn got out, though.
Well, hang on one second. I'm checking right now.
There are many books to read about it. Huh. You're calling bull on what, Josie? Like I said,
Probably on the
I'm not
stroke.
trying to argue or disagree with anybody. Everybody's allowed to have their own opinions. This is just a talk, an adult talk. We can all agree to disagree. Would be great.
Dana Kay says she was writing her comment when Discovering wrote hers.
So we see that Discovery and Dana Kay got like the same mind going on with each other.
Okay, no, I can tell you, no, she is not on disability or getting any
No,
kind of check. She's not.
she never got a check. Now, Grandma might have got one, and that's how she lost the check.
She was on disability.
But when Grandma left, that's how Candace lost that money. Yeah, I would too. I really would love for her to get her poop together.
Games because you don't know how to puff pass, by the way.
Well, come sit in a chair.
Hell no, my house is comfortable.
Come sit closer to me.
Second to no one says, from what I've learned about Dawn and Candace, they're not even good citizens, much less good parents.
What makes you a good citizen? Can you answer that? I've got to see this one because I guarantee you that I'm a shitty citizen. Like my only, I don't like anything about where I live. So
Alpaca says, keeping in mind it was 20 years ago, bipolar now called manic depressive.
No.
Yeah.
I disagree with that. They're totally different.
No, it's not. Bipolar is when you're manic one time at one point and you're depressed at another point. But you also have other symptoms, like you'll spend your whole damn paycheck and not think twice about it and not pay your bills.
Okay, but I was diagnosed with manic depressive. I know I'm not bipolar.
It's two different things, but most bipolars are manic depressive. That's what I was about to say.
Thank you.
You can be manic depressant without being bipolar, but most bipolars are manic depressive.
Right.
Does that make sense when I just said that?
Yes.
Did you hear that?
Yes, it made sense.
Okay.
Because Jeremy is bipolar.
No kidding.
Jeremy is also manic depressive. 9 times out of 10, when you are bipolar, even if you've not been diagnosed with it, you are manic depressive. Whether you want to say it or be diagnosed, you are. However, you can be diagnosed like you with manic depression and not be considered bipolar.
She said, I don't know about Asperger's because they are geniuses, and poor Candace is far from that.
Oh, God. Look now. We're not talking about Superman, okay?
Sorry, that was funny as can be, Discovery.
My bad.
Stuff happens when you don't see it. It's, stuff, I mean, it does and doesn't. It could go both ways. Like, we so don't know what they do when there is nobody around. We don't know where, if nobody's watching them or stalking them, how do we know what's going on behind the doors?
I won't speak on Dawn because I've not spoke to anybody, but I have spoke to somebody about Candace, and I don't have proof of it yet. I just have to go on the person's word, but it was said that she was hunting for Summer and calling the state troopers in and TBI in every time a picture was seen or a child was seen at the fair, and she was hunting campgrounds and stuff for Summer. But that all was going on while Dawn was in jail. And just like if you refer back to one of my videos, or actually a couple of them, why, when Dawn comes around, does everything go to hell?
It's like he's holding her back. But you remember she wasn't supposed to get back with him. But that goes back to me saying when he first got arrested, don't sit there and think that she's not going to go back. The only way I would say she wouldn't have went back is that she didn't talk to him the whole time he was locked up. But she talked to him every time he called. So you knew she was going back.
GT says, I get depressed when I run out of coffee. Me too, honey.
Laura, I don't look at my phone half the time. Ask Nana, she'll tell you. I miss a lot of her phone calls. Because I'm not, I don't pay attention to my phone. And I definitely don't look at the time on my phone.
Well, I do. I look at the time on my phone all the time.
The only time I do it is if I have a live scheduled or I'm supposed to be at somebody else's. But then I have the reminder timer thing on it. So
CO2.
I think she's afraid not to be with anybody, not just him. I just don't think she's the type that can be alone.
Mother Goose, no, I believe that was a certain creator that said in his non-professional opinion.
What is FSA or FAS?
It's fetal alcohol syndrome.
Oh.
Because Grandis drank while she was pregnant with Candace.
No, I don't think so.
And she does show some of the traits of having fetal alcohol syndrome. I give him that. But no, it's never been documented. As far as I know, Candace ain't went to the doctor since she left, like when she lived in Wisconsin or Arizona or somewhere. If I remember right, she ain't went to the doctor since she went when she was a kid over her heart. Yeah, when your kid goes missing, you check the time. You do that.
When you what?
When your child goes missing, you check the time.
Yeah, but you guys think about it. You know, by the time people started interviewing her, like that she would actually talk to somebody, it was months and months later. I'm lucky I can remember anything. Like I was telling you about my missing cousin. I could tell you the year, but I can't remember the date, the time.
But honey, how long has that been?
It's been a long time, but still, I mean,
but
even
Candace was interviewed. This happened on the 15th, and Candace was interviewed the first time on the 28th.
No, not in June. It was after June.
No, ma'am. It was.
I thought it was July.
28th. No, it was June 28th. Don was interviewed the first time on June the 18th. Candace and Don was interviewed again on June the 28th. Yeah, I'm sorry that whole, and I'm not saying, I think there's something being hidden. I'm not saying that they did something to their child, but I'm saying there is definitely something being hidden, and that's where I don't remember the time. Come on, why didn't they come out and say? Ronnie Lawson even said that because somebody asked him, well, you know, what time, I forget exactly how it was worded, but the question was asked to him, and he's like, well, the parents were out looking for the child for a while before they called 911. So why didn't Dawn and Candace come out and tell us exactly?
Okay, so I mean, if she was out looking for her before she did call 911, that was it had, you know, anywhere between what, 4:30 and 6:30, because she called 911 at 6:30, right? 6:28.
Well, that's when they dispatched the call. But I will say this, and I'm gonna pose a question to everybody, and I want y'all to put your answer in the chat. Okay, first of all, the first thing you do when your child goes missing is go and look for it. I mean, you cannot blame her for that. But my question to all of you, if your 5-year-old child went missing, how long would you wait before you call 911?
That's not a fair question.
Why?
Because you know her mentality is not ours.
Ours would
be like within the first 30 minutes of her the child being missing. I'm not
asking compared to her. I'm just saying in general.
Within the first 30 minutes.
You would call 911 within the first 30 minutes?
Yeah. If I call my daughter like 3 times and she doesn't answer, I'm picking that phone up. I don't care if she's with somebody else or not.
Depends on how old my kid is.
5.
Oh, hell yeah. So you talking about Kira's age? No, I'm just gonna come looking for you first because you probably
teenagers different because we know where to find them. But a 5-year-old, I would call within the first 30 minutes. That's me personally.
That's they're younger.
But everybody's like Athena.
If you lived out the country,
her stepmother took her an hour and a half before she called the law.
If you lived out in the country where Dawn and Candace live, and you're a 5-year-old who you are used to going out and playing in the yard, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
30 minutes.
Me and my brothers and sister used to go up in the woods and play all the time when I was summer age. But if you lived where Dawn and Candace lives and your child came up missing, how long before calling 911 would you wait?
Yes, Hunter did mention that she called a few times. You know, she would, when she got drunk or whatever, she would call, say not just Summer, but the children were missing. She couldn't find the kids. And I think a lot of times that's because when she said they would never leave the yard, they were in the woods, is why she couldn't find them.
Right.
That's what I believe on that one. But with the, yeah, I do live in the middle of nowhere. I really do. There's nothing around me but fields and woods.
Did you live there when your daughter was little?
The closest gas station, 10 to 15 minutes away, and that's driving.
Right. So maybe she didn't want to put out a false alarm. That's what I'm asking. But my point is, I'm not faulting her for waiting to call 911 and looking for her child first. What I'm saying is, since it's all happened, why hasn't either one of them ever came out and said exactly what time did she call 911?
Have you do a podcast with me.
Huh?
I'm gonna have you do a podcast with me. Because you don't know these cases, and I like doing them with people that don't really know the cases because it's more questions. Unless you're Nana, because you know I could do a podcast with this woman and have all the questions thrown out there, even if they've already been answered. She's still gonna ask the questions.
Oh, really?
I love you though. That's like the best thing about you. Like I can actually have a conversation with you and not have to worry about it. We got the questions back to back. You know, you ask them and I ask them.
Unless I answer with one word answers, huh?
Yeah, that I don't like very much.
Well, what it is you'll
ask a question. No what?
Well, you ask a question and I'll just put in no, but it takes so long for the no to pop up or for you to see it. Then you already on to two other subjects.
She was doing that to me yesterday on the phone. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? And she's like, forget it. Can I just call? Are you busy? No, call me.
Yeah. It's a whole lot easier that way.
I'd rather text you to find out if you're busy before the phone call happens.
Yeah. Rebecca says, hello, Rebecca, by the way. Says, what was Candace talking about when she said they wouldn't have treated her that way if I was there? And see, that goes right. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that goes right back to my thing about I don't believe Candace knew what happened to Summer to begin with. She may have found out later on where Summer may be.
I was thinking it was more or less she was just saying that, you know, if something was going on with Summer other than her being missing, if something was to happen to Summer, that they wouldn't do that with her being there. But I guess that's the same as what you just said, just in a different.
Alpaca Maid says, since the 911 calls have not been released, Ellie may have told them not to say when they called. That's true. And what's really getting me, though, guys, and this goes back to the 911, I think if we can, the 911 calls are being held as evidence in this investigation. So what was said on those 911 calls? And what?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Sandy, I talked to Hunter. He told me the same exact thing he told everybody else. And at first, I didn't even talk to him about the case. I was just talking to him, seeing how he was doing and how court was going and stuff. And he's the one that came out with it. He said the same exact thing he said to me that he said to his dad and he said to TBI.
Hello, Varsity. How are you, darling?
So, I mean, we've got to look at it like he's telling the truth, regardless.
Who? Hunter?
Yeah.
Well, we can't because his dad already come out and said he told him to lie.
No. He told him to lie to the people, not to TBI or, you know. But he told me the same thing he told his dad and he told. Yes.
No, it was TBI. It was actually everybody. He said,
I'm friends with his dad.
Okay, that's fine.
No. Sandy asked if I met him, and I said yes.
But he said that, I mean, they were specifically at the point that he was talking about Chris McDonough. But he did, in general, say that he told Hunter if he did not feel like talking to somebody or answering questions or didn't want to, say whatever, just lie to him. Tell him a lie.
Yeah. But when I talked to Hunter, he was on the phone. Andrew was on the phone with us. So he's like, dude, just tell her what you know. Because I told Hunter, I was like, look, I'm not the type, I'm not recording you. I would never do that to you. And I will not put this out. I won't, after our conversation, I'm not going straight to YouTube to tell everybody about our conversation.
Right.
I mean, I've talked to him. It's been a good couple months now. So, I mean, but I don't know. I'm not saying he's telling the truth, but at this rate, we've got to assume that. Not saying that it's true, but we have to assume that it's truth until something else comes out that it's not.
Well, and I don't say whether he is or whether he isn't. He's a kid to me. But I have spoke to somebody else that spoke with him, and that's not the story that he told them at all. Not even close.
Well, discovering the way I look at it, though, is because the questions that he was asked, he would know the answer to, because everything that he was asked was about what he did that day.
Yeah, that's what he said, discovering. Thank you.
So, I mean, and I mean, I understand exactly where you're going with that, but I'm just saying that there wouldn't be something that he couldn't answer unless it was another YouTuber trying to, like, were you sure you weren't there at 3:30? Are you sure they didn't take you home later than that? Are you sure you weren't there when they were planting the flowers? So I don't know.
I know, but wasn't it last night you were saying that you was having second thoughts about that letter that Grandis wrote, or that text, or whatever it was?
The one with Hun, Sum, and I?
Yeah.
I think about that letter all the time. And I said something on my live last night about that.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Because, like, I was thinking about it last night. Well, maybe Hunter was there. And I went back to Andrew this morning, and I was talking to him about it again. Just me and him, nobody else. And he's like, no, I promise you, Hunter was not there at the house. He has not been at that house for a while because Allie and Candace weren't talking, remember?
Right.
So that was the first time, the day they went to the water hole is the first time they've seen each other in a while.
Oh, I will. I've got one question. If anybody knows the answer to this, and I'm not going to call out the creator's name because I'm not trying to cause friction or trouble or blah, blah, blah. But on a live the other day, probably about 4 or 5 days ago, it was stated that the reason CPS was there on the 14th was because a case was being closed out. Okay, I'm not denying.
Wait a minute. I need you to repeat that.
It was said that the reason CPS was at Don and Candace's house on the 14th of June, the day before Summer went missing, was because they were there to close out a CPS case.
Speaking of the devil, I just got a message. Yes, I believe.
So, but my question,
they were there to close it out.
Is,
well, actually, I heard they closed it out in March.
Well, no, this creator said that it was being closed out on the 14th. That's the whole reason CPS was there. Now, my question is, when did that case they were closing out get started? I would love to know the answer to that.
I don't know. Because like I said, I thought they closed that case in March, and then the new one opened when they took the boys.
Well, no, according to this creator the other night, that it was supposedly being closed out. That's why CPS was there on the 14th of June.
Later, after your live, message me the name so I can look that up, because I've got to hear that.
Okay. And the point being is there's no, because I expect somebody to tell me that, oh, well, the case was open for 2 months. The case was open for 6 weeks. Whatever happened was reported 3 months ago and before the 14th, and that they were coming in and closing that case on the 14th. I would love for somebody to come, anybody, especially the person that sat on their panel and said that. I would love for them to come and tell me that case had been closed out after only a few weeks or a couple of months. Because let me tell you something, in the state of Tennessee, when they open a CPS case on somebody, even if they don't find anything wrong, that case has to, by law, stay open for 6 months before they can close it out.
What did she say, 6 months?
Yes, 6 months.
She said it's a year now.
In Tennessee?
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, then, but still, it couldn't have been a couple of weeks or a couple of months.
They won't. It's not considered active, but it's not considered closed. It's still an open case for a year.
Exactly.
It's not considered a closed case, but
Right.
it's not an active case, but it has to still remain open for a year.
Well,
Because I
it
think it's
used to
like
be 6 months.
6 months of the going back and forth with them, and then 6 months to see if you guys can go without getting any calls or anything like that.
Yeah, exactly. And this person that was making that statement the other night was trying to say, oh, no, the case was being closed out on the 14th. Boy, okay, well, so when did that case open up?
Well, and that's
Okay, see,
that statement could have been true. They could have been closing the case necessarily as far as not trying to contact them, but the case itself is still being open as far as whether or not they could bring anything back up.
and that
Yeah,
might be that
but
could
I'm
be the
just
reason why the boys got to. Well, no, they didn't get take for. That was 6 weeks later.
That's the point, though. I'm not saying. I'm just trying to figure out the case that they're saying was closed out on the 14th. When did that case open up?
I think maybe it was just worded wrong. Whoever said it.
No,
Well,
no,
they do that a
made
lot
it very
on here.
plain, very clear.
Yeah,
Very
but she said they might have meant to word it wrong. You know how like people do it for the money.
Oh, well, yeah. But still, I mean, was it when Candace threatened to pew Allie's head off if she came to try to get the kids? Was it when Dawn and Candace were fighting and she had Summer in the bathroom and she was telling 911 that he was hurting his daughter or hurting her daughter? Was it when he got arrested when Jose was up there and him and Jose were fighting?
No, I
When
wouldn't
did
be over that. It would if it was started before, it was started when she called the law and said that he was hurting Summer. Because by law, the law has to let CPS know.
Well, you would think that that law would have to let
Well,
CPS know when she threatened to pew Allie, and the law had to go get Allie's kids from up there.
no, because that wasn't anything to do with her kids. So I don't think
Oh,
they would have done anything
but
with
they were
that.
drinking, supposedly.
No, I don't think they would have done
Or,
anything for that because it's not against the law to drink in your house.
no, the kids were drinking.
I think if the law thought that anything like that was going on, they definitely would have been arrested. I don't
And
really believe that.
and before
Because
that,
I
there
know
was,
people were thinking that sippy cup that Candace had that one time that she let the boy drink out of, but it wasn't. She told him to leave it alone. That was hers.
and before that, there was another 2 teenagers that had been up there drinking, blah, blah, blah. And the father had to call the law and get the law to go up there and get them because they refused to give him the address so he could come and pick them up. Would it have been then?
Yeah, it's not like that here. Well, in some counties, Discovery, it is as bad as it is in Tennessee. Some counties in North Carolina, like Harnett County, is the worst county to get involved in with CPS. That is the worst county out of all 100 counties in North Carolina.
Right.
They are just assholes. It's like they don't want the kids with the parents. They don't even want to try to reunify them. Unless you pay like all this money. They want you to pay all this money before they give you them kids back. I know too many people in Harnett County, North Carolina.
First, you have to understand this creator wasn't trying to make them look bad. This creator was doing everything possible to make them look good.
There's only a couple of us out there that try that.
Yeah.
And I know I didn't say nothing. It wasn't me.
Okay. Well, use your skills of deduction.
No, that wasn't me. I didn't say nothing about CPS. Not in a long time. I did say one time that, about the case being closed in March, but I never said nothing about June 14th. I thought you said you were leaving at 4.
I am, but I'm gonna go get some bread so Nala can go feed the geese because I've been telling her she could. We got it probably sometimes.
Where?
We're probably figuring
Oh.
the church up straight.
Mm-hmm.
You
mean Center Church?
No, the one up the street from my house.
Oh.
The big one up by Fire Tower. Miller Bowls.
Yeah, that's where my uncle's buried.
We'll take her up there sometimes. So if you ever see bread sitting in the top of my thing, it's up there
Don't
for that
touch
reason.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't throw it away.
I was gonna say.
Hey,
Hey,
before she leaves, Dippy, before she leaves, have her say no for me.
No. Charlie Ann.
You can't call me that.
I can call you whatever the hell I want to. I've had to put up with you and 3 kids long enough.
You chose to be a godmom.
Say no.
No.
Just say no.
No.
No, she didn't say it right.
Yeah, she's not trying. She's trying not to say it the way you want her to. I love you.
Love you. Hey, Sunday's 3 to 9. But I'm off tomorrow. What are you doing tomorrow? Actually, hold that thought till later. I'll let you know what I'm doing first.
Bye. Thank
Well,
you.
remember, I said she sounds like Marlena Crawford. That's what I was trying to compare with.
Yeah, no, but that one video I did about last night, that does have, I've been thinking about that all night long.
About what?
That voice.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm sorry, it sounded like just like that one that was in the live.
Do you talk to her on the phone?
She just messaged me and asked me if I'd be available around 4-ish.
No, I'm saying, do you normally talk to her on the phone?
I have a couple times. We text more than anything though, because she's usually at work. So
yeah, I think it sounds more like Marlena. I'm telling you.
I don't know. I'll. That's why I said I'm glad I get to talk to her today, because that way I can like actually sit there and listen to it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I've ever really paid attention until it was brought to my attention last night. Because like I said, I was like, it doesn't sound like grandma to me now that I think about it. I always just assumed it was grandma because that's what we were told.
The only other person I can think of, if it's not Marlena, which I'm almost positive it is, but if it's not Marlena, the only other person I could think that no would be true. And the reason I say that is because on John Davis, he did a voice comparison with a bunch of different people. And he even did it with all the rest were women, but he did one with Hunter. And it sounded, the way Hunter speaks, it sounded just like him, but you could tell Hunter was a boy. So if you put a female voice on there, and the only female around Hunter that speaks like Hunter would be true.
Huh. Who is her? Which one? Which her, honey? We just talked about a couple of hers, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't remember what. What's her name again? Marlena?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what she sounds like.
Candace registered Summer for school during a registration drive when everyone else was with kindergartners.
Yep.
Right. That's the one in the little dress standing by the health department.
Yeah, she had that little baggie in her hand.
Yeah.
Stuff that she got.
Oh, is that who you were talking about, Danica? Yeah, Marlena.
Yeah, she was all ready to go to school. She was just waiting for that school year to start. That's why Don would always, Don was saying, you took for her education away from her. But I'm going to tell you this, it's not hard, as hard as people think to, depending on where she's located, to homeschool. I know OG is going to have a fit with me on this because I argue with her about this all the time. Not every state. She homeschools her kids, so she knows.
Right. Are you talking about homeschooling in Tennessee? You talking about Candace homeschooling?
Not Candace. If somebody has Summer.
Oh.
It's not hard for that, depending on where she's at.
in Tennessee, you have to show proof that you have custody of the child.
Yeah.
You also have to be at least a high school graduate.
But they could change her name, change her birth certificate. It's not hard to get these documents.
Oh, true. Or somebody, hint, hint, possibly Marlena, could have her own child's birth certificate, seeing how her own child doesn't live with her anymore.
Yep. No, I doubt that very much, Dana.
They're right about the same age.
But wait, what same age?
It's not, but did she graduate high school, honey? Or get a GED?
No. Who are you talking about? Candace? No.
Yeah.
She never finished school. I think she has like a 7th grade education at the most.
Then in the state of Tennessee, she cannot homeschool.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about Candace at all.
No,
I was talking
Dana
about
Kay
if Summer
asked,
was with somebody out of the state.
Right, but Dana Kay was asking, could Candace was smart enough? She might be smart enough, but in the state of Tennessee, you can't do that. I know. I'm a registered homeschool
a lot
teacher.
of states you do have to have some form of your education, whether it be high school diploma or the equivalency. But in some states you do have to have it. In some states you don't.
Okay, right here. Thug Mom says they would have opened a case when she got the EPO on Dawn, which was in October. Normally they close a case in 6 months, right?
November, October, December, November,
that would have
December,
been like 9 months.
February, March. That would have been April. So it wouldn't have been June.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless they just pushed the date back and didn't come out for a couple months and then was going to close it. I don't know.
Was Candace married at 15?
Yes. She was married to her first husband. Or I don't know if they were actually married.
No, Andrew and her were not married. She was married to Richard.
Yeah, that was it. And that was the one in between her and him and Don, right?
Yes.
See, that's what I feel like. Everybody makes this thing up where, she's out living her life while her daughter's missing and her boys are took. Okay, so my thing on this, not trying to make excuses, but you guys got to think. She's been with somebody since the age of, 15, 14, something like that. Right. And she's always taken care of somebody. Like, this was the first time without any kids, without a man. And she just didn't know how to handle it. Like, she went just berserk. Like, oh my God, I got all this freedom. What do I do now?
Right. Hang on a second. Let me answer, Corey. Didn't everyone homeschool during the sickness?
No.
Yes, they
didn't homeschool. They had the thing online.
They had the laptops where the teachers would come on the laptop and teach the child. They didn't actually homeschool. They just did their school at home.
And not for nothing, the stuff that they're teaching now, I doubt Candace would know how to do because I can barely do it. And I graduated high school.
Andrew was like 20 years older than Candace, yeah.
Yeah.
Same as Jim or Ken, whatever you want to call him, was on Grandis. And we don't hear, everybody talks about all the missing brothers and sisters and nobody hears nothing. That's 2 kids that we've not heard anything from or much about. And that's Kenneth and Caroline, Candace's oldest brother and sister. Of course, they're like at least 10, 15 years older than her.
They go through because they're not normal.
You're breaking up. What, hon?
Oh, I was talking about Discovery. I said I don't know exactly what's wrong with her kid, but I can understand where she's talking about with the emotions and feelings because it's not they're not going through the normal stages and dealing with the way they're dealing with it compared to per se like my kid. The emotions are totally different. They come and go at different times and stuff. Like, it's a little bit harder with a kid with a disability.
Right. She has, or he has autism.
How did she go berserk? I don't mean berserk like being like crazy. I just mean berserk like as in she had no idea how to live a life without somebody. That's why she didn't stay alone on the hill. because
Hey,
she can't be alone.
do you have this for just 1 second?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, thank you. I'll be right back, guys.
I mean, I've been saying since day one, I really would love to be friends with Candace. I really would. I mean, because up until, Don went to jail, she didn't know what a real friend was. She got the real friends in the end. When, the ones that didn't turn on her and tell her secrets or, whatever it was that they did, how they did it. Like a lot of people really, really screwed them over, honestly. I would too, with all the death threats they had. Yeah, I would be too. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay. I just don't see the thing around my bubble blinking, so I was making sure you guys can hear me. I commend you for that, discovering. Not many people could do that. Oh, I know. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, I don't. There's not a lot of people that I would like to get close to, per se, with a case. But I've always wanted to meet Don and Candace. My husband thinks that's like the stupidest idea I've ever had, and that's not an option, but it will be an option one day. I have a cousin that lives in Kingsport, so I'll be able to go up there and visit. But if it came down to me actually meeting them, I don't know how I would feel.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And thank you for holding down the fort while I was gone. I had to go get something to drink and grab a smoke. We all know that I can't live without my smokes.
Actually, y'all, her channel has been a year. I think it was January 9th, wasn't it?
Yes, it was January 9th. For some reason, I was thinking February 9th, but my thing popped up and said, congratulations, blah, blah, blah. So I was thinking, oh, crap. But it's okay. So we're celebrating it today. But it's all
Mine's
because of you
coming up
guys.
too, actually.
And
the
if
6th
for the
of
people,
February, mine's a year.
Really?
Yep.
Well, because we're getting close to the end, if you guys don't mind, since there's more people in here than there was to begin with, if y'all don't care, I'm going to play that video one more time because I did work so hard on it and I did it for you guys, and I hope you'll be able to hear it and just listen to the words of the song, guys, because I do mean it. So listen up. Let me find it first. I hope it's okay with you guys. Is it okay with you, Dipey?
What? Yeah, I didn't get to watch it to begin with.
Oh, you didn't?
I mean, damn, darn it, not Discovery. I put a comment down there and it wasn't for Discovery. It was actually for Dana. I would never be friends with somebody just for information. I would never do that to somebody. If I'm going to be a friend to somebody, I'm going to be a friend to them no matter what people say about them, no matter what they've done to somebody else, because it's just not right to judge somebody off of somebody else. I understand that guilty by association stuff, but I just don't believe in it with everything. There's circumstances.
Right.
No, you're fine, babe. You are so fine. I'm not mad. I'm not upset. I'm just saying I would never do that to somebody. Never. I would, and that's just like I said, I would never record a phone call. I would never record anything. Like I would never video anything. When I went to Ben Hill, if I wasn't on my live or on somebody's live, you wouldn't even have known I was there. Because I didn't take video. Oh, I do have videos of Ben Hill, and that group of Hawkins people that I encountered that day. But I didn't put it out there because it's not none of nobody's business what goes on between me and something that I'm doing. Like if I want it out there, that's one thing. If I tell you I'm gonna put it out there, that's one thing. But otherwise, I keep everything to myself.
Me too. Okay, guys.
Unless it's okay, unless I know for sure it's okay for me to say something.
Right. I agree. Me too. Okay. I hope you guys can hear it and see it well. Hang on one second. Let me get
No,
this
ma'am.
out of
I
the
would
way.
never make it like that. I'm sorry
And I
you
hope
took
you
it like
enjoyed
that,
it.
though. I want to see
Okay,
this.
we're ready.
I'm muting.
Hello again, everyone. I'm speaking to everybody, all my friends, mods, subs, the viewers in chat and in the replays. I just want you all to know I still believe and will always be willing to admit if it were not for you all, this channel would not exist. It wouldn't be if you didn't watch and participate in the comments and in the chats with the research, along with ideas and input into the different cases we do. This channel would not grow. So to all of you, thank you so very much, and know that I love you.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright. And for the first time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I ain't going back, I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. Way back a year ago.
I thank you all for your kindness. Can't wait to give you back some tunes and a whole lot of fun. Shake it, with love, with love, with love. Oh, I still don't know what I'm doing. Then again, that's life, so I guess I'll just have a little fun. 'Cause I'm alive, I'm alive, I'm alive. I got no secrets, have no pretty face or a body, just a lot of thinking. Maybe a little bit too much, I'm overthinking. Yeah, all the time, pretty much I hate my mind. A lot of times I hate my mind, but then I realize we feel the same in our lives, feeling pretty guilty of all the things left behind. So I got the courage to keep it up, stay alive. I love you all, I thank you all, I love you all, oh, oh. Thank you, gracias, gracias, 감사합니다, arigato, merci, merci, merci. Thank you, thank you, thank you, oh. Thank you, gracias, gracias, 감사합니다, arigato, merci. Thank you, gracias, everyone, thank you, thank you.
So I hope you guys like that.
I'm gonna have to catch it or replay again because I was watching the comments and I was listening to the music. I'm so
Well.
bad. I have ADHD bad. Like my attention span is so short. I know my mods get so irritated with me. I know they do. But I like the song you chose.
Well, thank you.
And I did catch some of it. I just didn't catch the whole thing.
Thank you, second to no one. I appreciate that.
But I am definitely going to go back and rewatch it when I can. It's just me.
Hi, Common Sense. How are you? Well, I'm glad you loved it. I'm glad you got to catch it. And I'm sorry you missed getting to come up today. We'll have to do another live again one day when you can come up. Do you know Common Sense, Dipey?
No, I don't think so. They have Corey. They definitely have. They've been drug up and down.
You need to go check out her channel. Her channel is really good.
Oh, wait. I was going to check her channel. I forgot I'm not blue. I can't do that.
Oh, sorry.
I will.
No, hang on.
I will write your name down and go through later. But I definitely will. I will.
If you're a mod, you can go straight to somebody's channel.
Yeah, you can. If you're a mod, you can check, see how long they've had their channel for. You can do a lot of things.
Oh, well, hang on a second. I meant to do this earlier, but we were talking, so I didn't get a chance. Hang on a second. Where are you at? I just saw you commented somewhere. There you are.
Did you turn blue? No, the thingy has to pop up. Oh, wait a minute. I'm on the wrong. Oh, no, I am. Wait a minute. Hold on.
It says you're blue. It says you're blue.
Oh, yeah, I'm blue.
Okay.
There it is. There. I was waiting for the moderator thing to pop up. That's why I said no, not yet. Oh, there it is. It just popped up. All right. So you said Common Sense. There we go. Go to her channel. Nope. I wasn't subscribed, but I am now.
She is really good. She don't hold no punches. I mean, she says what she means and means what she says.
Well, that's good because we need more of them on here.
Alpaca Maid has her channel. Dipey has a channel, guys. I don't have the links, or I would drop them.
I was right there. Let me get it.
I don't know if Second to No One has a channel. For some reason I'm thinking they do, but I'm not positive.
Oh, there you go. There's my channel.
You dropped your channel. Okay. Hey, my sister is in here.
The only other one I know that has one is that we take a walk with T.
Yeah, that's my sister.
The only
Hello.
other one I knew that came in had a channel was Circlebox.
Okay. Oh, Circle Box. Yeah, I can. If you have his link, can you drop it?
Yeah.
And guys, go check out Take a Walk with T. She was putting videos out, and then things happened with her husband, surgeries and whatnot, and she's not been able to do a whole lot lately, but she's going to get back on it.
All right. I will drop his in there if I can. There it goes. This is Circlebox. He's a really good, fair channel. He doesn't really do the younger kids, but he does a lot of the other ones, other cases.
Oh, and by the way, what I was trying to tell you about, if you're going to start doing the older cases, please check out it's Christian Newsom and Shannon Christensen. And they were a young couple in Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm wanting to say in the 2010s, maybe before. But they were sitting in their car in front of the house, and the people approached the car, and one thing led to another, and it's horrible. It's horrible. And then on top of it, after the people were convicted, there was 5 people involved. After they were convicted and sentenced to jail, they found out that the judge on the case, I believe, if I remember correctly, and this is allegedly because I can't prove it, there was drugs involved in his personal life or something. So they had to redo the whole trial all over again for all 5 perpetrators.
That sounds familiar. The name sounds familiar. The Christensen one.
Yeah, you need to check it out.
That name
You
sounds
really
familiar.
do.
Why would you want to meet them?
Where is that?
Because, like, even Dolly said, they're not the same person that they are online as they are
Oh
in
no,
person.
I can tell you. I spoke with Don on the phone, and butter would melt in his mouth. Butter would melt in his mouth.
There's
I'm
OG. Hi, OG. We are celebrating every day in February. What's February? Summer's birthday's
Summer's
in February.
birthday.
Actually, her birthday's the 4th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because the other day I was arguing with somebody over it. I was like, no, it's the 6th. I got the days wrong. My year anniversary is the 6th. Her birthday's the 4th. But I swore up and down that it was the 6th.
I have grandkids. I have February 1st. I have a grandchild a birthday. February 3rd, I have a grandchild's birthday, and February 6th, I have a grandchild's birthday. And February 28th, I have a grandchild's birthday. And March 29th. And January the 8th. And then one falls
My
all
daughter's
the way
is
to
the
July.
1st of January. My sister that passed away in 2020, her birthday's the 1st of February. I have a niece that's the 31st of January, 28th of January.
I've got to get on the phone. It's important. I'll be right back.
All right. So what else? Let's see. Oh, you've been working? Oh yeah, that's right. You're not off today. Huh? I forgot. I was just surprised you didn't chime in earlier when I was talking about the homeschool. So I figured you weren't paying attention. And I know Maisie's in here somewhere. She spoke. Wait, nope. She might have that class now. Oh, wait a minute. It's 9 o'clock over in the UK. Right? Yeah. 5 hours later. Yeah, it's 9 o'clock over there. So that class should be done with. Oh, okay. I figured you were. I even said that you were probably going to chime in and start yelling at me at that one. But as far as wanting to meet them, I don't know. I guess you say I'm a gullible person. Like I said, I don't. I've been around enough drunk people and alcoholics between my family and my husband's, that I know when they're drinking, it's one way. When they're sober, they're another. So there's always two sides to a person when they're an alcoholic. I guess that would go for any type of addiction. But so I always said I want to meet the real one. And to me, the real one would be the sober one. So I guess as long as you go before dark, they're sober. There's Maisie. I know you do, Maisie, and I love you. You've always been on my side. Yo, guys, look, Maisie, OG. I don't know if GT's in here. Y'all, my channel is gonna be a year old on February 6th. You guys have been with me for a whole year. Do you realize that? A whole year. Yeah. Like, I don't forget it. I just got it mixed up because of my channel. I started my channel right after her birthday, and I thought it was just reversed. That's all. I know you guys haven't left me at all. I'm surprised. No, you guys are too much like me, so how can you leave me? Well, I mean, and that may be true, Laura. That might be true, but I won't know until I try, right? Yeah, Corey. I mean, yeah. I guess your theory is a lot more truthful than mine. But yeah, my husband's the same way. He's bulletproof, 10 feet tall, and faster than a speed of bullet. Thank you for coming in and celebrating with us, Sandy, and thank you for chatting with us. Glad to have you, and I'm sure I know you'll be back. Yeah, so that's what I was figuring after dark. Who are you talking to, Josie? Yeah, thank you for the super chat. I will, if it disappears before she gets back, I will make sure she knows you sent her one, sweetheart. Yeah, I'm very proud of my Maisie. It's been a road because I could tell you in a couple of her positions this past year, I think I probably would have relapsed, and she took it like a champ. There was many late nights on the phone with her until she fell asleep. I would make sure she was nice and asleep before I hung up the phone, but just to keep her good. Yeah, that's one way to look at it, Corey, I guess. Um, who was it? Josie, what did you mean you do a great job? Love your honesty, most of all, love and prayers. You talking to Sandy? I'm not a drinker, never did any drugs besides weed. But if my son went missing, I'd probably become an alcoholic just to be able to cope. Yes, I mean, I never really had an addiction. Weed is like a cigarette to me. So I guess, yeah, that would be an addiction. But like as far as a drug addiction, I've never had a drug addiction. I've never been an alcoholic. I've always been a social drinker. Um so I mean, and I'm a very happy person when I drink, as long as I'm not drinking tequila. That's the only liquor that makes me mean. It's opposite when they say tequila makes your dress fall off. No, tequila makes them gloves come on. Oh, were you? I see. I guess I don't say that I'm an addict because I've been taking them since 2003, but for my fibromyalgia, so I do take an opiate, and I'm still on them, but I'm not taking none now. Like, you'll never know me other than how I am now, because this is how I am no matter what. Yes, let's all give a toast to Nana for her first year doing great investigations. She's awesome at videos. God, I wish I knew how to do videos like she does. She is just really a really, really great creator. We need so many more like her out here. Oh, yeah, I was taking them, but if I ran out of those common sense and the withdrawals would stop, oh God, yeah, no, I couldn't. I busted myself down and went to Vicodin instead. Vicodin is not as bad of a withdrawal. And yeah, and see, Corey, and that's what I say. Like, everybody's like, oh, I would do this, I would do that, I would be doing this if my kid went missing. Well, until your kid goes missing, you're not in that position to say what you would and wouldn't do. We would be out flying and dunking and diving for our kids. We can say that now, but until we are put in that position to actually know what it feels like, you know, it's a bunch of I would or wouldn't or coulda and could it. Yeah, I don't like tequila. I don't like any kind of tequila. I would go with a glass of Chardonnay for Nana. Yeah, where I lived in New York was like one of the worst towns, and it was very, very bad with poverty and drugs and um I didn't know what many drugs were. I mean, I knew what they were called, but I never seen them. I kind of sheltered myself away from that. Like, if you didn't smoke weed, I wasn't hanging out with you. If you did any other kind of drug when I was younger, I wouldn't hang out with you. Like, and still to this day, there's certain drugs that if you do, you will not see me around. I will not be there with you if I know for a fact you do that drug. And as long as you have respect for me, knowing that I don't like it, not to do it
Hey guys,
if you
sorry, I'm
know
back.
I'm around,
Can
rather
you hear me?
than, doing it in front of my face.
Dippy,
But that's just me.
are you there? Oh,
What?
I
Yeah,
have
I'm
my
here.
volume turned down. Hang on. Okay, I'm back.
Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Okay, I got some things to tell you real quick.
Okay.
Common Sense sent you a $6.99 super chat.
Oh, common sense. Thank you, hon. I'm so
Um,
sorry.
Sandy left,
But
but she said congratulations, and she will talk to you soon. And then everybody else is holding up champagne for you for your first year.
oh, thank you guys. Common sense says can I just say Nana is an amazing creator because she is real. Land, you can trust her. Oh, or thank you so much. You are such a sweet dear friend. And I just love you so
Where'd you
much.
see that? Oh, the last comment. Okay, I just seen
Yeah.
that. She's an awesome creator. And she'll go back and watch what we said while she was gone. I know she will.
Oh yeah. Well, I wouldn't have done that,
But
guys. But this was a CPS worker from California concerning my great niece. So
oh,
I had
okay.
to take the call. It's my brother that's in the hospital. It's his granddaughter.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
So, but anyways, and I do apologize for just jumping off, but I'd
Oh
forgot that
no,
I
you're
told you to
fine.
call back
You're
in
fine.
15 minutes.
Important phone calls come first, and you just. I'm glad I was here to help you, so you didn't have to
Yes,
leave your
I'm so
stream.
glad too. Thank you. Maisie, thank you so much,
Oh,
sweetheart.
Maisie. Thank you,
Thank you.
Maisie. I love your face, sweetheart.
You guys are so wonderful. It has been 2 hours and 15 minutes, guys. I think it's time to call this party to an end, but I'm going to try my best to do another live tomorrow. Hopefully everything goes good.
I should be going live this evening, probably about 8:30, 8:30 around there.
Right. And yes,
I
Alpaca
want to
made
try to
my
go a little earlier because last night they kept me on until after 11.
right. My plate is full, but I can't. I mean, I doubt very seriously they'll give her to me, but if there's a chance, I want to keep my family in my family. I mean, I couldn't
Yeah,
imagine
I agree with you.
little that we're talking not as little as Summer, but almost as little, and to not ever know your family because you were adopted out is not right. So
Remember,
I've got
everybody, it takes less muscles to smile than it does to frown. And try to be
right.
kind to people. Do something nice for somebody once. You never know how much that'll change somebody.
Absolutely 100%. And you know what else about a smile? They are contagious. If you
They
smile at
are.
somebody, if you smile at somebody walking down the street, 9 times out of 10, they're going to smile back at you.
And you never know what that smile can do to somebody's day.
That's right. Thank you, Dipey, for jumping on and helping out and everything that you've done. Thank you all for jumping in the chat and giving your opinions and letting us have a calm, cool, disagreeable discussion. This is how it's supposed to happen. We all can have different opinions and still act like adults. And I thank you
Agree
for
to
that.
disagree.
Absolutely, 100%. I love you
If we
guys.
can
And
all be adult and agree to disagree, the chat will go great.
that's right. I will see you guys on the next video or the next live, depending on which comes first. I love you guys. Thank you and God bless. Bye, Dipey.
Bye.